We're so excited about our win from last weekend, and knowing we have Princeton coming up, we know we have a lot of things we really need to work on to make sure we play our best game Sunday. And I think the girls are really driven by that. We've recognized the things that we need to make sure we get better, and they've been really diligent in practice so far on working on those things. Having the Final Four experience, they get the grind of it a little bit. They know the level of play we need to get to. You know, they know it's not good enough just to be satisfied with where you're ranked or where you're seated, that, you know, winners really are ready to play their best. You know, from the JMU game, we're bringing those points in to how to get us even better this week. But they have a great drive, and, you know, the team has changed every single year. Something's been different. And that's why I love coaching, because it's so much fun every year. And this year in particular, they've made it a great experience, and both on and off the field. And, you know, I'm just lucky to go into this tournament with a great group of players.
Defensively, I know you mentioned a lot of learning lessons. Is there something that, now that you've been able to maybe have some time to go back and look at the tape, that you kind of identified as something that's really key this week?
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to hesitate. You know, I think sometimes when a team's coming back, you tend to play a little more reserved and a little more in. You know, we need to be aggressive and willing to work with each other. You know, we're not going to stop anybody, just one person. So how can we work better together? How can we make decisions? And how can we really go for it? Because you're not going to win big games if you're sitting on your heels and waiting for the other team to play.
It seemed like, you know, when their backs were up against the wall against JMU, there was just a huge sense of composure. How much momentum does that help in terms of, you know, building that consistency heading into a game that has a lot at stake?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're going to face anything for the rest of our season that we haven't faced already in the regular season, Big Tens, or games we've been in. I mean, that grind of competing for 60 minutes, you know, there's been a different element this year with the 90-second shot clock, so there's no more stalling, no more really long possessions. So you really know you can be in a game no matter what the time of the game is. And that's added a different element of knowing you're always in the mix, regardless of what the score. It also adds that element where if you jump ahead early, you know there's still a lot of game to play. So it's been an interesting experience getting used to that. And I think our players have played through that very well, having the experience of being up by a lot, down by a lot, and grinding out some good wins. I have faith in them, though. You know, I never, just like them, I think on the field, it's not a panic thing. It's just a constant thought of, like, you know, how can we be better in the next play? And, you know, keeping that approach and telling them when we're in the huddles what we're going to be doing next, and not being overly focused on what we're messing up on or going back and revisiting things. You know, we always just try to move forward. But am I freaking out? Yeah, probably freaking out a little bit. I mean, you're a little out of control, but, you know, less than freaking out, I'm just more excited when I see those players come up with an awesome play, or, you know, something was on the line and Matt Carter gets an awesome draw, or Abby gets a great charge, or Steph gets an amazing goal. I mean, those are the things for me that really get me going during the game. I don't get overly overwhelmed when everything's maybe not going as well. I get a little bit more pumped when things are going right.